Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a seriously transformative framework for the pharmaceutical industry. We're going to look at how pharma leaders can transition their smart manufacturing initiatives out of isolated, small-scale pilot programs and scale them up into massive enterprise-wide performance. We'll be unpacking the Business Analytics Toolkit for Pharma 4.0 by Dr. Jayant Joshi to discover how we can stop just collecting data and start making autonomous, intelligent decisions.
All right, here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 6 key areas. We'll look at the pilot trap, climb the analytics maturity ladder, explore smarter manufacturing, the power of digital twins, check out the financial impacts, and wrap up with a concrete deployment roadmap. Let's get right into it.
Starting off with Section 1, the Pharma 4.0 pilot trap.
So, looking at the industry right now, there's this massive bottleneck. According to Master Control's 2026 Digital Maturity Report, a staggering 69% of pharma manufacturers are literally trapped in the piloting stage. They've proven that things like AI and IoT work in a little silo, but they just can't deploy them at scale. And on the flip side, only a tiny 1% have actually reached what we'd call truly intelligent, level 4 operations. Now, why does being stuck in pilot mode matter? Well, failing to scale up isn't just a minor operational hiccup. It means leaving serious money on the table. We are talking about a Pharma 4.0 market valued at a whopping $20.4 billion in 2025. And get this, it's growing at a nearly 20% compound annual growth rate through 2035. You absolutely cannot afford to be part of that 69% getting left behind. Which brings us to Section 2, the Analytics Maturity Ladder. This perfectly illustrates how you build a structured path out of that pilot trap. It's a ladder, right? You can't just jump straight to artificial intelligence. You've got to start at level 1, descriptive analytics, answering what happened with your basic dashboards and batch records. Then you step up to level 2, diagnostic, figuring out why did it happen, using root cause analysis. Master those, and you unlock level 3, predictive, asking what will happen. Think predictive maintenance and forecasting here. Finally, you reach that elite top 1% at level 4, prescriptive, where AI actually asks, what should we do, and handles automated closed-loop process control. Moving right along to Section 3, smarter manufacturing and quality. Let's look at how climbing that ladder transforms your core metrics on the plant floor. Take overall equipment effectiveness, or OEE. Right now, the pharma industry average is sitting around 68%, but the world-class target, that's 85%. It's a huge gap. But here's the kicker. Just implementing predictive maintenance can bridge that gap. By cutting unplanned downtime by up to 50%, you can boost your OEE by 10 to 15 percentage points. That is an absolute game changer. And then we see this massive paradigm shift in quality compliance once you reach those upper maturity levels. On one side, you've got the old school way, quality by testing. It's super reactive. You make the whole batch, test it at the end, and deal with all those frustrating delays. But the Pharma 4.0 way is quality by control. This means continuous, real-time confirmation. We're talking closed-loop adjustments before a deviation even has a chance to happen. A perfect example of this quality by control paradigm in action is real-time release testing, or RTRT. And yes, this is fully supported by regulatory guidelines like ICH Q13. RTRT uses in-process data to confirm quality at the exact moment of production. The result? You can slash your release lead times by up to 70%, and it can boost your right first time rate by 15 to 20 percentage points. Honestly, it completely redefines cycle times. Next up, Section 4. The power of digital twins. Now, to reach that autonomous level 4 prescriptive state, we need to leverage the absolute powerhouse of the smart manufacturing toolkit, digital twins. Think of these as dynamic, virtual replicas of your actual physical systems, constantly updated with real-time sensor data from the shop floor. They simulate and predict how your processes will behave under changing conditions. Because of this, you can compress validation timelines that normally take years into just a few months. It's so impactful that this specific market is projected to hit $8.5 billion by 2032. And the proof is absolutely in the results. Look at these industry heavyweights. During COVID-19, Pfizer used GPU-enabled digital twins to optimize vaccine production on the fly, speeding up validation timelines by 40 to 70%. J&J, they saw a 50% drop in unplanned downtime and a massive 90% decrease in testing lead times. Plus, Novartis and GSK are already utilizing facility-wide replicas to boost batch uniformity and reduce deviations. This isn't just theoretical. It is actively transforming top-tier pharma right now. Let's shift gears a bit. Section 5, Financial and Supply Chain Impact. So, what do all these operational wins actually mean for your bottom line? Well, according to Deloitte's 2025 survey, digital manufacturing leaders aren't just ticking compliance boxes. They're achieving incredible financial dominance. By using AI yield optimization, they're reducing the cost of goods sold by 8 to 15%. They're seeing up to a 20% uplift in production output simply by unlocking hidden capacity. But the wildest part, the smart manufacturing leaders adopting these toolkits are literally doubling the revenue growth of their competitors who aren't adapting. Finally, let's get practical with Section 6, the deployment roadmap. So how do we actually sequence this without getting stuck in that 69% pilot trap? Here is your 48-month deployment roadmap. The key here is building systematically. Notice phase 1. The first 12 months are entirely dedicated to the foundation. You have to resolve the connectivity crisis first by bridging your IT and OT. Because, look, if your operational tech can't talk to your infotech, your AI models are going to be completely useless. Once you've established that solid data backbone, then you move to diagnostic analytics in phase 2, predictive models in phase 3, and finally, that sweet prescriptive AI control in phase 4. It's a ladder, and you just can't skip the steps. And here is some really good news. Throughout this entire 48-month journey, regulators aren't just playing gatekeeper anymore. They're active partners. They're giving us specific modern frameworks like ICH 13 for continuous manufacturing, FDA PAT guidance for inline measurements, and the second edition of GAMP 5, which explicitly covers AI validation. The regulatory groundwork to safely and legally scale this tech is already laid out for you. This all boils down to one absolutely critical takeaway from Dr. Jayant Joshi's research. He says, pilots designed to remain pilots are the root cause of the analytics scale-up failure. Let that sink in. You have to design with scale-up intent from day one. Define your commercial KPIs, your compliance rules, and your data architectures before you even start the pilot. Because if you build a pilot in a silo, I promise you, it's going to die in a silo. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a pivotal question to ask yourself and your teams. Take a hard look at your current dashboards and systems. Is your data just describing what already happened in the past, or have you built the foundation for it to autonomously decide your pharmaceutical manufacturing future? The technology is here, the roadmap is clear, so what's your next move?